Well, hello, and welcome to the Fisher Poetry Podcast, a showcase of prose, poetry, and song written and performed by those in the commercial fishing community. Mostly. I'm your host, Brad. Thanks for joining us today. Today we are happy to be bringing you another installment of Sunday at Sea, a live show of maritime songs, stories, and good coastal fellowship hosted by Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll from Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. So, without further ado, here's their show.
Let's see if we're functioning. Yeah, I hear sound. I think it's good. But wait, there's one sound we have to hear before we start the show.
We need some officiation. There we go.
It's Sunday at Sea time. Hurrah! Here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
Audience here.
Yay!
Good evening. Welcome to Sunday at Sea. Happy Memorial Day weekend. We're together. We're having fun.
Here. Welcome to, wait a minute, can you see? Welcome to Sunday at Sea.
We're so glad you're here with us tonight.
Yeah.
We got so much to talk about. I don't know if we got room for music. We got so much going on. Anyway.
Oh, a lot going on. We could start by what we did this morning, right?
Oh, please. Yeah, tell everyone what we did this morning.
So wonderful. Well, it was an honor. It was actually a wonderful honor to be invited to this yearly event, which they call Blessing of the Fleet. And it happens in our traditional fishing village, which is one of the many harbors that has been used for fishing on this island, and still an active harbor. And we saw the boats going out with their lobster pots and all filled and ready to go for the day.
Menamsha.
Yep, and it was a lovely little church service put on by the Chilmark Community Church, and we were asked to be the music for it. It was wonderful.
You gotta love Menamsha. I think Menamsha is a treasure. It is just an amazing harbor. It reminds me of so many other working fishing communities around the country. It hosts the commercial fishermen fishing fleet. Now all the towns on the island had fishing fleets, but this one prevails.
It has prevailed, and this is the one that prompted me. This town prompted me to write the song that is so near and dear to my heart, because this was a place that my grandpa loved, and he made his dear friend of a commercial fisherman, Donald Poole, way back in the day, and they hung out in his shack, and my grandpa would be watching Donald repairing his nets by hand, and it's just a wonderful rich
Donald
time.
Smoked a pipe, and he had an
my grandpa.
earring in his ear.
Yeah.
And I knew him. He was an amazing fellow.
So we were right there today. So I was really feeling my grandpa. And during the service, they had a really special time where they asked anybody who would like to come and grab a flower and say a little prayer and throw it out to the water, out to sea. So I said a little something for my grandpa and thanking him for introducing me to the sea and all of its wonderfulness. So we're going to sing this song about my grandpa right now. So different, two friends the same, drawn to the sea that calls their name. One came, worked to get away. One came, worked his job to stay.
Two friends
so different and the same. Jack goes off to work by train, pounding pavement in the city. Find wind and rain pounding on his deck, not pretty. One goes home at night by rail, one goes home by sea. Both go home to lovely wives and a family. Two friends so different, two friends the same, drawn to the sea that calls them.
One
came just to get away.
One came,
worked his job to stay.
Two friends so different
and the same. Jack worked his way up, poor Irish, now investments, loans. Donald works his hands, hauling fish raw to the bone. One counts Telly's profit stocks, one counts Telly's lobster stocks. Both survived, excelled, rose to the top, all on their own. Two friends so different, two friends the same, drawn to the sea that calls their name.
One
came, worked to get away.
One came,
worked his job to stay.
Two friends so different
and the same. Jack is tired from city life, gets a break from stress and strife. Donald is tired from lines and pots, stays and mends his nets and knots. They share time along the dock, leads to time shared out at sea, then time with their lovely wives. They are family. Two friends so different, two friends the same, drawn to the sea that calls their name.
One came,
worked to get away. One came, worked his job to stay.
Two friends
so different and the same. They meet at Menamsha, their pipes fill the shack with smoke. Chewing the fat, sharing a story, a wisdom or a joke. Both have knowledge for the other, each an unlikely brother, bonded by their deep affection and their island ways. Two friends so different, two friends the same, drawn to the sea that calls their name.
One came,
worked to get away. One came, worked his job to stay.
Two friends
so different and the same. Two
so different, yet the same. Two friends so different, they're the same.
Thank you. Oh, I was thinking of my grandpa. What a great guy.
This is Memorial Day weekend. We got lots of reasons to be thinking.
That's right.
Thinking of those.
I gotta think about my uncle John, who served in the armed forces, and he went to Korea, and he was a great fisherman. He loved to go fishing, so I gotta think of him this week too, because we've been seeing fish, and he would want to be here because the fish have been jumping.
That's right, they have. I'm thinking my Uncle Pete. He served in Normandy during that invasion. Oh my God!
Hey, let's see who we got here too.
Who we got
here? Oh, we got Claire. We got Carol and John.
Yeah, right here.
All right, we got Joanne. Hey, Joanne. Hey, everybody. For all of you, we see your names, and that we don't. Hey, Brad's here. Hey, Brad. I hope I did okay. Hope I did you proud. Oh, Peggy, yours is watching too. Hey, Peggy. Great to see you all. It's wonderful. Oh, yoo-hoo. I did okay, Brad. Thank you so much. Hey, Kenny. Love you guys. We love when you stop by, even for a second. Just come on through, and we're just glad to see you.
Yeah, we are. This is welcome. Welcome, all of you.
Yeah.
And those of you joining with us on this, what was... it remains an incredibly beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday was beautiful. I can report my boat's on the water. My boat has a mast. My boat has sails, and my boat is running around.
We can't wait to take it out.
She's all ready for the season.
Yeah, that's right. It's all ready.
So the really good thing about the blessing of the fleet is it's an opportunity for us to value the friends and people we know who go on the water. And the blessing of the fleet is that, signature moment at the start of the fishing season, start of the boating season. So many of our friends are recreational sailors and whatever. So this song that Molly wrote, she wrote it for this blessing of the fleet. I mean, really, it's a really treasured song that she wrote, and she sang it today, and it's really quite powerful, not only to hear her singing it, but also to see the crowd that was in attendance. You don't call them a crowd, do you? You call them the gatherers.
That's right.
The
That's
church
right.
folks.
That's right.
Singing along.
Now, do we want to sing that first, or do we want to read off a beautiful thing, which was a list that Claire read during... Claire, who's with us here right now.
We're not going to read the whole list because it goes on forever. But I just want to share with you that this the story of the blessing of the fleet is a connection between us and our fellow sailors,
the people who are in the boats. Yeah,
and they each have a boat, and we see them when they go out the Menemsha jetties to go out for a day of fishing.
And they don't know what they're going to meet when they get out there. It's not an easy life.
They do.
It's a lot of hard work.
And the good news is this: they all come back every night. They all come back at the end of the day, or they come back after their trip. That's the good news. They all do. And we hope so, and we want them to be. And so on. I just sort of rattle off a few names. I don't know.
Names and vessels. The vessels that take care of them.
I'm in West Brighton. We all love him, and there's Martha Rose, this boat, Martha Rose. We love that boat. Comes in with sea scallops. But anyhow, Wayne Iacono's fishing boat, Freedom.
I love their names.
He's lobstering. Denny Jason is a third generation. He sails a fishing boat called Little Lady, which I think, unless somebody wants to prove me wrong, it's the oldest working fishing boat in Menemsha. I think it is. It really is. Goes back to the 1920s. And I have a painting in my bedroom of that vessel. Solitude.
Oh, we saw that one going out this morning. I just thought, Solitude, what a name for a boat. I just loved it, Your typical fisherman is not going out to be in a big party.
Rattle off the Larsons family. Summer Dawn, Esther's Pride. I just, I think of Chris Stein and his Merlin. I was just looking. I'm not going to hit them all because it'd be forever, but anyhow, Paul McDonald in Shearwater, been on his boat, we've gone out. And then we think of the charter fishermen.
That's right.
Think of Jonathan Boyd, Scott McDowell. Scott McDowell's boat is Lawrence C. Jonathan Boyd's is Mary C. And Buddy Vanderhoop is a dear friend and colleague and advocate for protecting fish. And a fisherman, charter fisherman, has a boat called Tomahawk. And then the list goes on into the recreational, but we'll revisit this list again. But they're real people. Behind every fishing boat, every boat you see on the water, there's somebody who's got a family.
That's right.
Who's got a kid growing up.
And those names of those boats reflect things that they love. And
or
I
multiple
love that.
generations working on the boat. Anyhow, we want to pay tribute to them, but we want to do Molly's song.
All right, here we go. I think it's time for this recorder again, too. All right, Waterman's Journey. Here we go.
We'll do instrumental first, right?
Yeah, here we go.
Count them, see them multiply by 10. Keep our hearts away from pride as we journey far and wide. Keep us safe and bring us home once again. Oh, the bounty of the sea is as fickle as can be, but we chase it guided by your steady hand. Help us find the fish we seek, just enough to last the week, for our families that we laugh upon the land. With an even older shore, make our blessings many more. As we count them, see them multiply by 10. Keep our hearts away from pride as we journey far and wide. Keep us safe and bring us home once again. Brave, guide us as we catch each wave. From trough to crest, please keep us homeward bound. Help us ride through gust and gale, with a sturdy mast and sail. See us through another day on Vineyard Sound.
We should do the chorus one more time.
Okay.
With a heave ho to shore, make our blessings many more.
As we count them, see them multiply by 10. Keep our hearts away from pride as we journey far and wide. Keep us safe and bring us home once again. Thank you. We got John and Carol in our audience again tonight. We are so fortunate.
So yeah, exactly. Oh, this is fun. We're having a good time. Good time.
So one of the tunes we did this morning, it makes us think a little bit of
we have
Memorial Day
a
weekend.
Tune. But do we have any shout-outs? Wait, I gotta look at this here. If we have any shout-outs. Oh, we're missing a couple of shout-outs.
Oh boy, let's see.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch here. We got a lot here. I gotta wrote them down.
That's right.
We want to give a shout-out to Ann Gans. What an amazing lady.
It was so nice to see her this
Ann
morning.
Gans from Chilmark. She's a sweetheart. And in the last year, she's become a widow. Her husband, Robert, was a wonderful man. And I'm going to mention, I'm sorry, she came by my house a few days ago. Not too many, like 2 days ago. With a pile of books in her hand.
Catboat books.
Catboat bulletins that her husband had collected.
Some older ones. It was really neat to have
older
them.
Ones. And the Catboat Association is over 60, I think 64 years old. Over 60 years old.
It was
What
such
a
a
wonderful
sweet
organization.
gift. So
61
sweet.
or I don't know. I've lost track. But anyhow, she came back with some real old ones that go back to the days. Go back and she delivered to me, to my house.
And then this morning.
She's a regular. I want you to know she's beloved. She's a beloved lady. Her whole family's beloved.
That's
and
right.
Her grandson is a fisherman in Alaska.
That's right. Mom Claire.
You.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyhow. Hey,
well, and I love the fact that the first thing she said when she came up to me this morning was, I have an idea for you for our Fuddy-Duddy Buddies project. And she had a wonderful little skit. Now, I'm not going to give it away because, we love when these ideas come to us because they're going to show up. These ideas are going to show up. So, thank you very
we've
much
already
for the idea.
demonstrated to all of you that we don't operate in isolation. We have a support team around us. We have friends around us.
That's
we
right.
have loved ones around us. People who are closer than loved ones. I mean, they're really close. And
That's right.
they're awesome.
And it was so cool that she
And her daughter Claire, it's just it's wonderful. I mean, when you look at the foundation of a building, there's a corner that's holding up the building. Can we give them that credit?
That's right.
They're really good. I mean, they're on it. They're onto us. They watch us a lot.
Well, and they took
give
the
us
time.
feedback. They're a Patreon supporter. They're awesome folks.
That's right. And they took the time to look at our newest
And
thing.
they're dynamic.
FuddyDuddyBuddies.com. She was checking it out. FuddyDuddyBuddies.com or the Facebook page. If you haven't checked it out yet, you might want to see what Claire's mom, what Anne is getting inspired about, thinking of ideas for us. So check it out if you haven't had a chance. We'd love to hear your ideas too.
And they'll talk to you too if you message.
the boat.
Jump in the conversation. You hear that?
That was fun.
Ferry boat leaving. Anyhow, and these are all really approachable, nice people. And they participate in conversations in our group. So anyway, we just have to give them a shout out because they deserve it. They deserve a shout out.
That's right.
They need to be slightly embarrassed by their attention we give them.
All right, let's do a little. Let's do a little instrumental of this, right? But this was another song we did this morning, appropriate for this weekend and for all the beauty around us.
Yeah.
Lots to be thankful for. Thank you. Hey, Charlotte's watching. Hey, nice to see you again. Aw, we had so much fun this morning.
So.
Oh, here comes a song that he wrote, and we were so inspired about reasons why we had to sing this song now tonight, right?
There's so much going on in the herring community. Herring fish. River herring community. The herring are back.
They're back.
They're back. They're filling our waters. Not in the numbers that we remember of years ago. They're still troubled, but they are coming back. And there's so much conversation, so much attention, so much going on. And we were watching, if you were watching Facebook this week, I posted a video that was sent to me by a dear friend named Brett Stearns. And we're gonna include this in this recorded version of the show. We can't include it now, but we will include it in the recorded version of the show. And it's a really sweet moment. A couple of nights ago, the eve before the full moon, when the herring really run, up in Aquinnah, the Gayhead Herring Run that's managed by the Wampanoag tribe. They oversee it. They do whatever is needed to make sure the herring can do what they want to do, which is to come upstream into Squibnocket Pond and spawn.
It's really important.
That's the future of fish. That's the future of us humans. You got to be able to spawn somewhere. And we want to make sure the herring have a place to spawn. And then also when they're out at sea that they don't get hammered so much, because every fish of the ocean loves to eat a herring.
We've been seeing a lot of fish dive bombing these days.
So a couple of nights ago, Brett was out there with his crew. These are hardworking folks, naturalists, working with the tribe, for all of us, counting and measuring and documenting and noting, tagging the herring that are coming into Squibnocket Pond so they can monitor how they're doing. And that's cool. It's a hands-on effort to try and participate in in understanding and bringing back the herring. Because it's not just saying, oh, we got to stop fishing. We got to understand what's going on here, what's hurting these fish, besides overfishing. And we've got to understand it in all kinds of ways because we're scientists. We love scientists. We love the idea of having data in front of us that makes sense. And so we celebrate that, and we're going to have this part of the thing.
And not only do we, can I just say one quick thing? Not only do we celebrate the data about keeping track of the fish, but we celebrate the culture, and we celebrate the feeling that when these fish come, a whole lot of things start in motion, which is just a part of a life. And that's what this song is about, which I love.
Never was a spring when the herring didn't come. Never a night when the fish didn't run. Never a thought we'd ever get this way, that they'd be so scarce in this modern day. Humpback whale breaches from a deep dive, bald eagle flying so way up high, shiny silver scales in that old fish weir. You gotta love it, boys, the fish are here. These seaside fish were our darlings. We haul them in the morning for the sun. Fast cold water and our hearts were warm. Fish scales they made silver pearls. Wampanoag, Penobscot, and every coastal tribe. Winters were cold, it was hard to survive. Hope of spring came with this fish in the sea. They came wiggling, swimming up the stream. Scarce they aren't around much anymore. They are so depleted, they're gone from our shore. Don't tell our forefathers we've emptied the banks. That margarita flank. These seaside fish were our darlings. We haul them in the morning for the sun. Fast cold water and our hearts were warm. Fish scales they made Priscilla pearls. Shad blossoms and the snow melts, ponds open up and the creeks let out. Wherever a trickle of fresh water meets the sea, there's a herring waiting to come upstream. In the darkest night, when the moon rises, hold your lantern light up high. The herring have arrived. Their names connect us to where we should be. Blueback, all whites, bucky, and sawbelly. These fish were our darlings. We haul them in the morning for the sun. Fast cold water and our hearts were warm. The ladies, they loved Priscilla pearls. The ladies, they loved
Thank you. I went in the beginning because I was trying to be Brad. We miss Brad. Brad, we miss you. And I was looking over there at the little levels and I saw, oh boy, that's a loud one. So I turned things down. So I hope I did the right thing.
Please
Brad,
give us feedback.
We miss you. Now, Brad, we got to give a shout out to Brad, though, because Brad is doing important things at his house. He's doing home maintenance projects, and maybe in the final edit of this, which he will do, we'll sneak a picture in there about what Brad is up to. He's doing something at his house that sounds really hard to me.
Tell him what you were doing yesterday while I was out working on the boat. She was on home.
That's right. I think we're all doing things with our porches. So Brad's doing like a porch awning thing, putting in a whole new thing.
Molly and I was painting the deck of her porch. I was
staining both the decks.
And the back.
The outside shower.
This is a manly thing she was doing.
She
has a really sweet voice. I know all of you know that, but she also don't mess with her when she's walking around with a hammer and a paintbrush. Don't mess with her because she can carry her own. I'm out playing on the boat, getting the sails all set up, and she's at home. Yesterday was. Please, would you comment, all of you local folks here in the New England? We had an amazing day yesterday.
Oh, it was so beautiful.
We haven't had a day like this.
We've been starving and waiting for it.
I don't think we've had a day like this since last year.
Yeah.
Am I right? Please comment. Please put some feedback into this.
That's right. If you're local, give it a heart.
Did you get outside? Let us know. Were you gardening? I want to know what you were doing.
Right? Yeah.
And for my friends in Texas or whatever, I want to hear what you're doing, too.
That's right. That's right.
Let's have some feedback on it.
Oh, thanks, Jeannie. And Jenny's here, too. Yay. Hi, everybody. It's just so great to see you all. We're so glad you're here.
Oh, yeah. We also have to give a shout out.
I bet you've been in your garden.
We also have to give a shout out to the lady who submitted the picture.
Oh, the picture. That's right.
Oh yeah,
Marie Weiss.
And they're going to post that early. They posted that earlier when we were talking about the.
Brad will be posting a picture, including a picture that she took of us.
Maria Weiss. Thank you very much for passing it along.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us permission. Because we were so busy playing musical instruments, we couldn't run around with the camera.
That's right.
And she got the angle. She got the right angle on it. So we have... Thank you.
And she took a nice video of us doing it there with the lovely harbor in the back. It was really fun. It was beautiful.
It's really an amazing community of people who help us do what we do.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
We have to make sure we give you all credit and appreciation.
And you know what? I'm looking at the time, and I'm thinking we got time for that one more song we weren't sure if we'd have time for it, because we got time now.
All right, let's do it. Okay, let's do it.
Well, we got to tell a story about it first, because this...
I gotta find my cable.
We got inspired again for this song because we saw something out at the harbor. We were over in Oak Bluffs, having a lovely evening just because it was suddenly warm and a clear night. Like, let's go over to Oak Bluffs and look at the harbor and look at the water and the sunset. And out there on the water, we saw some special boats that were doing...
Fishing boats.
Fishing boats. And what were they fishing for?
Squid. And there weren't one of them or two of them. There were like 4 and 5 and 6 of them.
That's right.
All out there having a good time out in Nantucket Sound.
And you told me the way we could tell they were squid boats was because as it was getting darker, they put their lights on. They have a special light because the squid come around they're attracted to the light, right?
So...
You got to show your prop.
This is an endangered species. This is a rubber lobster.
Rubber squid, yes.
You can't find rubber lobster like this one.
Or rubber squid, here he is.
They're more scarce than anything. You can't mail order them. You can get some things that look like fish rigs for fishermen.
But he's a squeaky
this is a rubber squid that looks like a rubber squid. This is a rubber squid that looks like a squid in every way.
That's right.
Anyway.
He's got his little...
So we love squid, and a lot of people around the world love Nantucket Sound squid.
So and people are out there looking for them.
It's a highly priced item. and it certainly was years ago. They used to bring freezer fishing boats that would buy right off the boats. In other words, the boats didn't even have to unload at the dock.
Wow.
They'd bring their boats right up to this big freezer fella, and they'd unload. And those are the days when squid was plentiful, far more plentiful than we're seeing now. And obviously, so many... Anyhow, the good news about squid is they're doing all right. The squid are okay. They're not like what they used to be, but they're doing all right.
And they were catching them off the docks, too, right?
Oh, my God. I got relatives who go out every night around the full moon and around this moon and tide or whatever, and they have a ball. They have a ball. It's the most fun thing to do, and they go jigging.
You got that prop, too?
Oh, my gosh. Do I have this jig right here? Oh my God, I don't think I have. Where is it? Here it is.
Oh, yay.
This is why this show is live. So the squid, they're not a particularly smart fish, but the one thing that they're capable of, and that is of a curiosity. They have curiosity.
Oh, Brad guessed it, squid song.
And so you got a squid jig hanging in the water, and it's not even baited. And the squid comes up here and he grabs it. And then, oh my God, there's all of a sudden at the other end, a fisherman feels the squid and he pulls it out of the water. It's not even like a barbed hook. It's just like a hook. It's just hooked. Bring him in. Bring him in. Bring him in. And then the most important thing, as soon as this guy comes out of the water, he squirts ink. Lots of it. It's like it's his death throes. It's his last purge is trying to stay alive, is to send ink in the direction to confuse the world around him. And if you're a jigging fisherman, your job is to avoid getting hit. So squid fishing is fun. And there's nothing more fun than watching a bunch of cute kids going squidding. So we want a lot of squid in the ocean, not just for the fish of the sea, but we want them so the cute kids in the neighborhood can go squid fishing, and that's what it is. So that's the invitation and the start to the song called Squid Jigging.
Squid Jigging Ground.
And this song comes from Newfoundland. It's a Newfie song. We don't have our own squid songs. We have to sing other people's squid songs.
Oh, I hear a challenge coming up. It's a good song, though. I like this one. I think it needs a little fiddle.
Can you feel it, folks? This is an important song today. Oh, this is the place where fishermen gather with their oilskins and boats. They found diving down with all kinds of figures and squid lines and jiggers. They congregate here at the squid jigging ground. Some are working their jiggers while others are yearning. There's some standing up, there's lying down. When all kinds of fun jokes and tricks are begun, as we wait for the squid on the squid jigging ground. There are men of all ages and kinds in the bargain. There's old Billy Chait and there's young Raymond Brown. While Uncle Hopkins wears 3 pairs of stockings whenever he's out on the squid jigging. God bless me a southwester. There's old Skipper Chafee. He's the best man of squid jigging here all bound. And oh, what's the row? Why, he's catching one now! The very first squid on the squid jigging ground. All hands are excited. It's a wonderful bustle. It's amazing to me that no one is drowned. catching squid on the squid jigging ground. The squid are on top of the water. I just hooked me jigger about 1 fathom down. When the squid in his boat squirts him right down the throat, and he's swearing like mad on the squid jigging round. There's poor Uncle Jacob. His whiskers are covered with the spots of the squid juice flying around. When one little bygod gets him right in the eye, and they don't give a darn, all the squid jigging So if ever you're inclined to go out a squid jigging, just leave your white shirt and your collars in town. And if you have a weak stomach and are bound to get seasick, you better steer clear of the squid jigging.
Thank you. I love that. That's so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we had time to do it. That's great. Woohoo! Oh boy. I know that tuning. That's a special one. It was so nice to have this be the last song we did at the Blessing of the Fleet today, and so many people were singing along. It was so nice. It was
the rolling home. I think that's really.
Oh, but before we go rolling home, we got some thank yous we got to do. I want to make sure we're not going to forget anybody.
Oh, you got to say.
Oh, you better
stuff.
give me that paper there. We can do
little...
some thank yous. That's right. So of course we got to say thank you to Brad. Brad, we hope your project's working out great. We hope we get some pictures of it. Hope you're doing great. Hope I did okay for you. We also got to give a big thank you to our audience, because we wouldn't be sitting here doing this except for you guys.
We could practice all, but we need you.
Yeah.
You're part of our story.
You give us energy, and you give us a reason to tell these stories and to sing the songs, and thank you for doing that. That's a wonderful gift. And we mean the audience that's here and online. If you come in on Facebook, if you come in on YouTube, if you come in on the TV stations, MVTV, CCM out in Salem, Oregon. Thank you so much for having us on the show. We met somebody today who said, "Hey, I was just watching you on the TV," and then they saw us in person.
Yeah, this is
it's fun. We thank our Patreon supporters.
Oh my God, we thank them. They are essential. Most of them have been with us since the beginning.
And Substack supporters.
Please consider joining in.
All of our ways that you send us support.
We got Substacks. Oh my God, we are so lucky. They're people who put money in front of them.
That's
to help
sweet.
us do the show.
You know, things cost things, lights and cameras, action, and all costs.
No kidding.
Websites, all that good stuff. So thank you for all of those things. Thank you to the Fisher Poetry Archive, Brad, for keeping archives of all these wonderful things, all the things that he does, and including our show. Thank you, thank you. Did I forget anything? I don't know. I think we got it. I think we're good. You can always find out anything you're wanting to know about us, what we're doing. MollyandMark.com, MarkAllenLovewell.com, my thing, and now FuddyDuddyBuddies.com.
If you ever visited fuddyduddybuddies.com, oh my God.
And if you just need a 20-second laugh, just go there, and we'll hope to just give you a little smile for the day. That's the mission. That's it. Now we gotta have some sing-along.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for being
All
here.
hands to man the capstan. See the cable running clear. Leave the wind with the road. For New England, we do say, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home to New England, rolling home, fairly well. Yes, Spanish maidens, it is time to bid adieu. Happy times we've spent together. Yeah,
Happy times we've spent with you. Rolling home,
rolling on, rolling on across the sea, rolling on to dear rolling on, dear God to be. Round Cape Horn, one frosty morning, and the sails were full of snow. Tighten those sheets and pulling those halyards. Let her off and let her go. Rolling home, rolling on across the sea, rolling on to dear rolling home, dear God to me. One more verse.
We
Thank
love
you
it.
for being with us tonight.
That's right.
Have a great rest of the Memorial Day weekend. You have tomorrow off, most of you, right?
And if you're traveling, have a safe journey rolling home.
That's right.
Many thousand
miles behind us, many thousand miles to go. The ocean lifts her waves to bring us to that bell. Remember shore, rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home, top Martha's Vineyard, rolling home, dear God to be. Yay!
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John and Carol, for being with us.
That's right. Thank you to all of you for being here. And you just take care. Rolling home. We'll see you next week.
That was Sunday at Sea, hosted by Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll of Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. Thank you, Mark and Molly. It was a real pleasure to have you on the show today. For more information about Sunday at Sea, please check out the link included in the podcast description. Well, that's it. This one's in the tote. The Fisher Poetry Podcast is written and produced by me, Brad Wortman. Music used in this episode is courtesy of Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll. We're always looking for Fisher poets like Mark and Molly to come on the show. If you'd like to appear or have comments about the show, please send an email to thefisherpoetrypodcast@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to haul the latest episodes into your net. The Fisher Poetry Podcast is available via our podcast host, Anchor, and several other hosts, including Apple, Google, and Amazon. Please also check out our videos on the Fisher Poetry channel on YouTube and visit the Fisher Poetry Podcast page on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow ye winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.